Yo, rise and shine. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to do this bit real quick because look at what I have on the screen right now. So I have reproduce on the screen because look at this. This is the image search on DuckDuckGo when you search for reproduce, right? And then the reason why I'm doing this is because of this right here, right? So in California, right, California Proposition 1, right to reproductive freedom, Amendment 2022. Okay, so these are what our servants right now are trying to put on a ballot, right? They're trying to propose this to the Constitution, of California, which they cannot do because they have no power to do that, right? So look at this one. A yes vote supports amending the state's constitution to prohibit the state from interfering with or denying an individual's reproductive freedom. What does that even mean? We're going to find out. Which is defined to include a right to an abortion. Oh, so reproductive freedom means the right to an abortion and the right to contraceptives, right? A no vote opposes this amendment, goes against it, right? Providing a right to reproductive freedom in the state constitution, right? So check this out, man. Our servants are always trying to confuse the people with the words, man. Reproduce, right? Reproduce and free, right? So look at this, right? When you reproduce, this is what you're doing, right? You see that image right there? That's the sperm cells going to the egg, right? That's how you get another man or another woman, right? You see this reproduction right here? That's how you get little cats, right? You get little birds, right? If you start seeing the plants, right? The plants reproduce. Life reproduces, right? That's just scary simple just to understand, right? So let's do the flow now. Check out the show, right? So I went into the maxims of law, right? And then I went under act, right? And then I liked act. And then if you look at 2x right here, it says right here, a thing done cannot be undone. That's a maxim, man. That is a fact, so once you reproduce, you cannot undo that, right? Life is life, and life is always going to grow, so let's just go with the flow, so here's what reproduce is in etymology, right? So if you look at reproduce, it's two words, right? So again, produce, again, produce. What does produce mean? What does produce? Let's just check this one out. Produce, right? Forward, right? You see that? Two words again, forward, to lead, right? To lead forward. So when you're producing something, you're leading something forward, right? So let's just check out what free means. Free, right? Origin, right? Beloved. I love that one. Not in bondage. I love that one. But check it out. From the PIE means for Proto-Indo-European word, dear, beloved, right? Because it really comes from to love. So when you're free, you love. You're to love, right? Now let's check out act. What does act mean? Act, right? To drive, draw out, forth, move, right? So when you're acting, you're moving, you're drawing, right? So let's look at life, right? What is life? Life, right? To stick, adhere. This is one of my favorite ones, right? Because when you click on this one, look at what it takes you to. To stick, adhere. Fat, right? So when you see that fat, that's life, man. That's fun. Okay, so now let's check this one out. Abort, right? Another one with two words, right? Miss, ab, right? Because you have ab, that means, off or away, right? And then to rise, so off, away, or to arise, right? So they don't want to rise, right? They don't want to rise. That's basically simple, right? So when you check this out, so when you click on a rise and you see origin, right? Ancestry, so when you abort things, you don't want your ancestry to rise. Scary simple service, man. Look, here, I'll show you. This is what ab means. Ab, oppo, away, off, right? So check this out, right? You see this one, right? Where they say, a right to an abortion, right? They don't want life, no life, right? What is reproductive freedom, right? How are they going to confuse these things and say that a reproductive freedom is the right to know life, right? They're confused, man. They lack knowledge, right? So let's keep it moving, right? So check out Black's Law Dictionary and let's just act, something done or not done intentionally by a person. We all know what a person is. A person's not a real thing, but it's just a fiction, right? So once again, look at what reproduces in the image flow, and then look at what an act is. A thing done cannot be undone, man. So check this out. They're trying to amend this part of the California Constitution, which they cannot do. They won't be able to do it because they just don't have that authority, right? So check out what CalCon says in Section 1. All people are by nature free and independent and have inalienable rights, right? That's a fact, man. Can't take them away. Among these are enjoying and defending life and liberty, acquiring, possessing, and protecting property, and pursuing and obtaining safety, happiness, and privacy. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to bind no life or taking life away into something that clearly protects people's lives, right? So we just know that that's just not going to happen, man. This is just scary simple, right? So check this out. Oh, did I have this one right here? What is this? Oh, here goes the education bit, right? Because we're always trying to educate people, but I don't need this one right here, so I'm going to remove that one, right? Because I really was going for these two, right? All people are by nature free and independent and have inalienable rights. And then this part right here, the Reproductive Freedom Amendment, right? Which is, basically this is just word magic, man. They're trying to confuse the people, right? So remember what I said? We all know what a person is, so here's what a person is. The term person shall be construed to mean and include an individual, a trust, estate, partnership, association, company, or corporation, right? So a person is very different from right here, people. Right? A person is not real. A person is fiction, right? It is not real, right? So right over here, when you reproduce and then you have the little sperm goes into the egg, right? Because you get this right here, right? Which is what we call a little man or a little woman, right? Because it goes into this right here. You see this? This is the organs, the vessel where the little baby lives, right? Because I'm going to scroll down, because this right here, right? Right to reproduce, a basic human right, right? Because that is called life. That is either going to be a man or a woman, right? And that is called life. And this is called the vessel, right? This is called the vessel. They're not the same, right? This is completely separate from this, right? They may be attached and linked, right? But this does not have authority over this life right here. This has a duty and an obligation to carry this life right here. So then this life can come out and breathe the air, man. It is that simple, so no person can attack the people, right? Because you don't have what you call reproductive freedom, right? Reproductive freedom is no law, no words. Like this is just nonsense right here, because abortion means no life, right? Take away life, and that's just what the flow is, man. So check this out. I just laid out my claim. I just showed the claim. These are the facts, man. These are the facts of reproduction, right? Reproduction, right? That means that the vessel, which would be the mom, right, carries the life, right? And that life is going to be the people. This is one of the people right here. And we protect the people. Even though this little people can't speak, we speak for them, right? And that's the claim. So remember, this is in CalCon XX, right? Is that every member of the legislature and all public officers and employees, executive legislature and judicial, except such inferior officers, employees as may be law exempted, shall, before they enter upon the duties of their respective offices, take and subscribe the following oath. You swore to protect and defend, or basically to support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, right? Which means that you swore to abide by all of these rules, and all people are by nature free and independent and have inalienable rights. And you cannot come in and you cannot try to amend the Constitution by being able to take away life, man. That's just it. So we're done. We're done with this bit, because right here, if you look at that maxim, a thing done cannot be undone, man. And then right here, when you see reproduce, right, a thing done cannot be undone. That's it, man. So you better not even mess with that amendment, because if you do, then that means that we're going to look at you as being treasonous, because you are betraying the trust, right? All right, I'm done. I'll talk to you guys in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.